Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a great Monday and welcome to another fabulous Facebook Live with Dina Rico and the Creativity Cave. Oh, I have to check and see if April had that baby yet. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'll be right back. I don't think so because the internet would be like losing their, if she did. I'm just checking. Hi, Susan. Good to see you here this morning. Hello, Emily. Okay, so let's get the latest because it's like Giraffe Gate. April the Giraffe Live. It's a popular search on Facebook. Can you believe that? I know you guys are probably like, stop talking about the dumb giraffe, Dina. Oh my gosh. Well, gosh, there is still no baby. Ooh, someone wrote, ho hum snore bore. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you this morning. Well, there is no giraffe, but it is good to see you. Hi, Sue. I'm so happy you're joining us. Oh my gosh, I was worried about you last week. Whew. Sue is from England, as you well know, and she works down by Parliament sometimes. So when the news broke last week about the London attack, I was so worried about her, and she, thank goodness, told us she was okay. Whew. I hope things are settling down there. So scary. Hi, Lynette. Gonna see you soon. Oh, it was UK Mother's Day yesterday. Happy Mother's Day. Are you a mom, Sue? I don't know if you are. Well, happy Mother's Day. Hi, Sharon. Lovely to see you. So glad you guys are here. Oh, look, here's an awesome comment. Don't argue with a fool. Oh, wait, I missed it. Let me see if I can get it back because it was funny. This is on the April Giraffe Watch because, you know, I just can't get enough of this. Don't argue with a fool. From here, we can't tell who is who. It just cracks me up that people are commenting on this so much and the weird things they say. I do try to ignore the negative, but sometimes it's just a bit dumb. Sorry. Hi, Cindy. I saw your son was drumming this weekend. All right. Well, I am so excited to be with you today. It's the last week of celebration. I'm really excited to be wrapping it up, to be completely honest. Celebration is a bit of a marathon for us demonstrators. And I am just a teensy bit excited that it's coming to an end, only because it's been a really busy celebration. And then I was sick in the middle of all of that, which was kind of a mess. So at any rate, I'm so excited to be with you guys today, though. I had a great weekend. My mom was visiting and she stayed in a hotel, so I didn't have to have my house perfect for her. Although my cleaning lady started last week and oh my gosh. Oh, that was like, I don't even, like, the words I was going to say were just so inappropriate and you guys will say mean things, but it was really awesome. She worked hard. She earned her money, I will tell you that, but she's coming back, so that's excited. It's exciting, and she did not judge my house, so that is even more exciting. I've never had a cleaning lady. I hate cleaning. I would much rather stamp. In fact, that's pretty much what I do. And so as a result, my house is not the cleanest. I mean, it's generally tidy. It's not gross, but it would not pass any kind of glove test anywhere ever at all. Even probably after she took the first layer of dirt and dust off, I think it probably still wouldn't quite pass, but maybe next week. But I'm so excited about it. I think when I started stamping, years and years ago, I thought, well, like, what is the splurge thing that I would spend the money I earn on with my Stampin' Up! Business, with my job? And it was always stamps. And now I'm pretty good on stamps. I'm not going to lie. I've got a couple here and there. So I thought I really need to do something a little more practical with some of my hard-earned money. So a cleaning lady is on the top of my list. If I had another option, it would definitely be a personal chef, because I don't like to cook that much, only because there's just so many other things I'd rather be doing. Anyway, but I can't even tell you how exciting it is that she came and she cleaned my house. I mean, seriously, like, and I had to find somebody who wouldn't mind, like, the hair in the bathroom, if you know what I'm getting at. I don't want to be gross, but I think it's like kids. Well, no, it's not like kids. I was going to say cleaning your house is like your own. Never mind. Bad train of thought. I apologize. Hi, Andy. Housework only comes before knitting and stamping in the dictionary. That is correct. And see, I don't believe I have that dictionary, Cindy. I'm pretty sure mine has stamping in the A's. All right. Oh, goodness. So this weekend, I was in Nerdvana. My daughter was competing in the Iowa Regionals for the first robotics league of robotics competitions, and they did not have the best competition. They did really well, but they did not move on to Worlds, which was kind of a bummer because their team has gone for many years in a row now. But they have a very young team. In fact, I think their team is mainly freshmen and sophomores. So I think it was a learning, building year. Hi, Amy. Anyway, she was amazing, though. I was so proud of her. She worked her little fanny off running around. She's actually an ambassador for the program, which means that she gives tours and explains what the whole program is about, because it's kind of weird or hard to grasp unless you're in part of it. And so she took a state senator around. She entertained like 5 and 6-year-old kids. She was amazing, and I was really, really proud of her. She's dedicated a tremendous amount of time to this, and she is so excited about being an engineer, and she thinks about college all the time, so I just can't say enough impressive things about it. Oh my gosh, I just am so proud of her. So that was this weekend, and she did great. It was a little disappointing, and actually this was so sweet. My son started crying when they didn't move on. Oh, bless his ever-loving heart. He wants to be on the team when he's old enough. So anyway, it was fun to watch. My mom, who is actually engaged to this guy who is an engineer, they drove from Duluth to come see. And actually, the Duluth team was on the winning team. So that was pretty cool. But she drove down, and they came to watch this whole thing, which was really funny. They camped out at this competition. I wasn't even there as much as she was. So at any rate, it was really kind of cool. So I can't even tell you, though, the nerdiness that this involves. I mean, these kids, it's like all the nerds from school are in robotics. And as I think, what is it? Like, doesn't Bill Gates have some sort of saying that, like, nerds are going to rule the world or whatever? It's true. I mean, these kids are impressive, to say the least. But what I'm really excited about is there's lots of girls participating and young women. So that's very awesome. And of course, Ella's grandma, if you guys don't know, she is like scary smart. So is my husband, to be honest. I mean, I think I'm not doing bad, but I kind of bring the bar down compared to the rest of these people. Andy's mom, my mother-in-law, is she just retired, but she was the dean of King's College Dental School, and she has a lot of disturbingly intelligent, requiring type degrees. Like, she is a dentist, she's an orthodontist specialty, she has a master's and a PhD in engineering plus an MBA. I mean, it's like sickening. And my husband has quite a few of those, but be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Yay, Amy, that's the one. Anyway, it's just funny. It's so cute because these kids, I love the program though, and I'm going to stop talking about it in just a second, but I love the program because it really encourages them to be good. Like they form alliances with other teams, and so they have to work together to accomplish, a combined goal. And they also have to learn how to speak because they have judges that come and talk to them. And so they have to give little kind of presentations, and they talk all about like how they design their robot, and they have to keep up an engineering notebook. So, I mean, it's all this real life, amazing experience, but it's teaching them so many amazing things. So very cool. I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to stop gushing all over all about my daughter now, but I do love her to death. Both my kids are just wonderful. Okay, that's mostly true. My son was a little twit, so there you go. But he's at that age. His birthday is Wednesday. He's going to be 11, and he's been talking about it's almost worse than Christmas, what he wants for his birthday, what he wants to do for his birthday, the treats he wants for his birthday. They came home, my husband took him shopping yesterday, and they came home with 2 types of cake mixes. So they're like making treats, and my husband's like, we're going to make them together. I was like, that's good, because I don't know that during the last week of celebration I have time to be baking multiple cakes. Just going to throw that out there. Anyway, he is very excited about his birthday. Oh, Lordy. So I just think that's kind of funny. And I'm sure when my husband watches this, because he's been watching my Facebook Lives lately, he's the one who gives me angry faces. Whatever. Apparently he didn't like that I was eating his cheesecake last week. But, hi, sweetie. I love you. Happy cooking. I hope you have fun baking those cakes. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? I hope you guys are off to a great week. It's kind of dreary here, and it's going to be rainy all week, but I am going to bring some happy sunshine your way today, as I try to always. I've got some really fun projects planned for today. In fact, I even have them planned and ready to go, which is kind of impressive for me. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, it is the last week of celebration. It has been an amazing celebration run. I hope you guys are excited about the celebration offerings we've had this week. This year. They have been amazing. If you didn't see last week, we added a few items. A couple sold out real fast. So they are going to be coming, a couple of them sold out. I apologize. I'm losing my train of thought. So I just looked and someone had messaged me. Anyway, the items that they've added, we're going to use one today. There is the Oh So Succulent printed paper, the Tasty Treats printed paper, the Party Animal printed paper, then the In Color assortment of cardstock. I think one of my graphics actually had the 8.5 by 11, but it had the 12 by 12, but it's actually the 8.5 by 11. So I apologize. All of that stuff is on the celebration. When you go to choose to order, it will tell you what the options are. There were a couple of embossing folders, and those sold out super fast, and so they took them out. They removed the item code, so that won't work anymore. So I apologize for that. It's just one of those things where sometimes things went crazy wild and they had no idea. I released, I think is what I meant to say, unleashed some online classes last week, some new ones. I have a new card buffet, and the cards are amazing, if I can just say. I loved the cards. In fact, I just shot the videos for them over the weekend, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are really good. Like, good job, Dina. I was kind of proud of myself. Anyway, so those are really fun. And then so besides the March card buffet, I also have, oh my gosh, brain cramp. Ooh, basket bunch. So that is awesome. We're going to make a card, at least one card with basket bunch today. And oh my gosh, I have fallen in love. I seriously was like, I do not need that set. It's an Easter set. I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. But I looked at it. Well, actually, they demonstrated it when we were in Madison, and they showed us all these non-Easter things that you can do with it. And actually my class only has a few Easter things. So that is so exciting. Sue, you're asking if the spring catalog runs till May 31st. Yes, it does, but celebration ends on Friday. That's what I was talking about. Celebration with the free stuff that you get. That's what runs out. Hey, Monica. Okay, so I have my card buffet. I have my my basket bunch online class, and the cards are adorable for this too. And what I was going to say is most of them are not actually Easter cards. You can make as many Easter cards as you want, but I have tried to show that it's really a versatile set, and I have a list of all the different things that or actually I shouldn't say all, because I could never list everything you could stick in that basket, but I have suggestions for all the different things you can put in that adorable basket, and lots of the cards are very all-purpose. There's baby cards, thank you cards, there's a Mother's Day card. What else? There's a whole bunch of different things in there. There is some Easter. So anyway, we've got that going on. And then another class I organized was the window shopping stamp set and coordinating framelits. There again is one of those where I was like, oh, I don't know. But then I saw like there's a million things you can do with those framelits, and the stamps that go with it are amazing. So I'm really excited about that class as well. So I hope you can join us for that one. It will be fantastic. And then what was the other one I did? Oh, floral phrases. That's out of the main catalog. I've had a few requests for that class, so that is coming as well. I love those beautiful framelits. They are amazing. So I also planned out the rest of my online classes till like the end of May. That's pretty good for me. So that will bring us to the new catalog. I'm like really proud of myself because I don't often do that. You know what I did actually, and this was funny. I was telling a couple of my demonstrator friends that I did this, and they were like, what? So I went to lunch. So this is like one of those two birds, one stone situation. I went out to lunch last week at my favorite Mexican restaurant because I love Mexican food. Like I could eat Mexican food for the rest of my life and be happy. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Mexican and Italian. You know, all the super healthy food that there is. Anyway, so I went to my favorite Mexican restaurant. I plopped down in there and I brought a bunch of stuff to work on, and nobody called. Well, I didn't answer. I don't think my phone rang, but I didn't have any interruptions. I wasn't tempted to do anything else. I get a little ADD in my office sometimes, especially when my to-do list is really long. So I focused in on a bunch of stuff, and I got a ton of work done. So I think I'm going to do that every week. Like, right? Like that is multitasking. You're eating lunch, you get to go out, you get out, because I don't get out a lot sometimes, and you get work done. Oh my gosh, I've done that before, writing out thank you cards, and I write like a gazillion of them at once, which is kind of awesome. So anyway, very excited about that. I have a ton of mail going out today, lots of prizes and gifts and thank you cards and online classes, all kinds of good stuff, so I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, Lynette, you're half Mexican. I love it. That's awesome. And hi, Holly, another one of my Minnesotan friends. Yay. I love you guys. So are you ready to stamp? Have I talked long enough? Probably. Do you guys like when I talk, or is it just like, oh, Dina, stop? Let me think if there's any other announcements that I had to make. So of course, remember, it is the end of celebration, which means that if you want to order, I highly recommend you order early and often. So celebration ends Friday. The website is always bogged down, so don't wait till Friday if you're planning on ordering, just because sometimes it can take forever and get frustrating because everybody else is doing it. That's just a suggestion I have for you. If you are interested in signing up to be a demonstrator and get those 2 free stamp sets, I'd love to have you join our team. Our team has continued to grow this week, so I'm so thrilled about that, and I have all these welcome packets that I have ready. We even planned a little ahead. Sometimes I'm trying so hard to plan ahead. I don't always get it done, but Emily totally keeps me on track. Thank goodness. Yay! Yay, Emily. Seriously, what would I do without her? And then, Okay, so there's sign. Oh, and then if you have your extra, if you have a big order to place, you get an extra $25 in free merchandise if your order is over 250. So that's kind of awesome. In addition to all those celebrations and everything. And I talked about Paper Pumpkin, and remember we made here, in fact, I have it right here. We made this last week. This was the Paper Pumpkin kit, but included Paper Pumpkin next month. If you sign up now, you'll get next month's kit. It's going to be amazing. I have seen just a teeny little sneak peek, only because I have unagi. Do you know what unagi is? Who knows what unagi is? It's a reference from Friends. It's when Ross has unagi and he is trying to, well, it doesn't matter. I'll stop talking. But anyway, yay, I'm excited. So let's get stamping. I've been kind of spazzy this morning. I would say that's different, but I think I'm like that all the time. In fact, I think last week people asked if I had drank too much Diet Coke. And the answer was no, not really much at all. So, at any rate, hi, Carrie. Oh, I'm so excited you're here. Okay, so with that, let's turn things around and start stamping. Yay. Are you guys ready? Okay. All right. See, you can see I'm on April watch. I keep her open. Oh, I got it. So there's April. No baby. And I love it. Look at. Oh, there aren't any angry faces. Whenever I go on there, it's angry. It's hilarious. These people just crack me up. Oh, now I've only read about 40 document giraffe twins. Who's reading about 40 documented giraffe twins? Who has that kind of time? I mean, like, if you are a zoologist, okay. But like the rest of you, whatever. I wish I had that kind of time to look up giraffe twins and like what is going on with that. So don't have time for that. Oh my gosh. That giraffe is fake news. Oh, well, you know what? I agree. Well, whatever. It is what it is. I love it though, because it's hysterical and it takes us away from the pain and reality of the real news, which is pretty gruesome these days. So, all right, let's stamp. Are you guys ready to stamp? I'm so ready. So my first card, I'm going to ease you in because it's crazy easy. This you'll love because this was left over from a class that I was doing. Well, this is from my leftover from my all-day class, which actually I do have one more of those left. I don't have it on my blog just because I didn't want extra orders, you know, like too many people ordering it. But I do have one left because I read my spreadsheet wrong. So if you need one, please let me know. I have it and I'll email you a PayPal for it. But at any rate, here is my next card that I want to share with you. And this is a wonderful one because it was leftover pieces that I had from writing or from cutting cardstock for one of the projects in my all-day class. Oh my gosh, could I say that any worse? I don't know, seriously. All right. So I have these pieces of cardstock that I had cut for a project in my all-day class. And actually it was the one I showed you, which was that card tin. I'll grab it quick. Well, here's one. There's one that says cards across here. This one does not say that. But it was just a tin that we made that was filled with cards. But I had these pieces left over that I was cutting to make that. So I thought, ooh, I could easily make something cute and quick with this. So let me show you what I did. And I guess my point is, how many times do you have leftover pieces of cardstock, printed paper or regular cardstock that you're just trying to figure out, like, what do I do with these pieces? So this is a great solution to that problem because I know you guys have it. I have it a lot because I cut a ton of cardstock in a week. So I definitely have this problem. So I'm going to use the stamp set Timeless Love. I love the words in here, and I like this long, skinny congratulations. So, and of course you could put whatever you want in here, but what I'm going to do is just take and put a strip, and actually, okay, I did turn it over. Gosh, my cardstock's not as clean as I thought it was. I'm just going to put a strip of adhesive, and then I have these pieces that I'll just take and kind of stick on here, kind of changing up the direction of them slightly, you know, so they're at a bit of an angle, each one. And there we go. So that's cute, right? Easy anyway. And I know you guys have a ton of scraps laying around. I just know it. Now what did I do with I had a strip of paper, but I lost it, so I'll just grab another one because that's what I do. Okay, so then I'm just going to stamp my sentiment on here. And this is just such a quick and easy card. You could totally do any pattern paper or color combination, but this is such a great way to use up those scraps. And I just love it, except I'm going to stamp this once more. Sorry, and I'll show you why I'm doing that. I want my piece to go all the way across my strips, so I needed to stamp my congrats over a little further to the end. Okay, so then I'll take my handy dandy punch. This is the triple banner punch, and I just am going to turn this over, and then I'll center this up and punch that fun little flag end that I love so much. You know, I do it all the time. Need to trim just a touch more off. There we go. Oops, and that one was crooked, so let's do it one. Third time's the charm, guys. I just know it. There it is. Congratulations. So we're going to pop this up. And this makes just such a cute and easy card. Now the printed paper that I'm using is from Playful Palette. And this was one of those papers that when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so ugly. Why would I ever buy that paper? And I think the reason is because I just so did not like the paper because of the green patterns in it. But when you take the green away, it's gorgeous paper. So, and then I'm just going to snip this end off and boom, voila, all done. How awesome is that? So I really, 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 really do like this layout. And of course you could do this. Now, each of these pieces are approximately, they were like 2 3/8 inches by an inch. Of course, you don't have to make that weird measurement. It's just what was left over from what I was cutting before. But any little strip, you know, 1 inch by maybe 2.5 or whatever is totally awesome and cute and easy. And of course you can change out the sentiment for whatever you have laying around. I wanted some congratulation cards to send to my top salespeople on my team. So this one is working out great because it's so quick and easy to make and it's really cute. And the other thing I love about it is that it's really duplicatable. And of course, that is often my goal for the projects that I share is that you can go ahead and make them at home yourself really easily. Now let me show you here. This is what my paper stack looks like right now because I've been using a lot of it and then I kind of got a little aggressive. I ripped the cover right off. But if you look, there's this green and it's Emerald Envy, which was new this year. And it was like on this piece. Oh, it kind of reminds me of, well, like if I was going to make leprechaun cards, this is definitely the paper I would need. But how often does a girl really make leprechaun cards? I'm just saying it's not that often. Maybe if you're Irish, a little more than the average bear, but I just don't like that green. Like there's more of it. Blah! I really like the other one that is like this one. That is pretty. That's like a pretty beautiful flower. So nice. But what I love about this paper is the sucky papers have a pretty side. I'm just saying. I love that they have a better side. And it's not that I don't like Emerald Envy. It's just that I don't like it with these colors. I think it's weird. And normally when there's a color on printed paper that I don't necessarily like, usually the backside is good or often, I mean, look at that. Printed paper often is like printed paper often gives me great color combination ideas, but not this one so much just because that green, it's not my thing. Now, if they would have thrown like some blue or purple in with that green, I think they'd really have something. It's just my suggestion. And you know what? Actually, speaking of that, remember we made this one last week? This is that same pattern. They just switched up the colors. Yeah. So I am just saying it looks better here than it does. Well, the blue looks better here than the green. Just totally. Oh my gosh, people are saying it is 80s. It is. I think so too. But I love that someone just said they had a couch that looked like that in the 80s. That's awesome. Okay, so on to our second project. By the way, I did finally get our cards from last week posted on my blog last night. It will be my goal to have them up there sooner for you. I apologize, but last week was just such a busy week. It just did not happen. Okay, next project. Now, I just realized I don't have the die cut, one of the big die cut piece for this, so I'm going to have to grab it. But look at this card. So this is my little bit of sunshine for you guys today. I'm so excited about this card. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you, I was looking for this stupid piece of paper for a very long time and I finally cut another one. It got stuck in here. I hate when that happens. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to bask in the glory that is this card while I quick cut this shape. So I'm just over here. Give me 1 second. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Slash, I hope this is the right size framelit that I'm cutting. If not, we're just going to use it. Okay. Oh, shoo. Don't you love it when you do the thing that you're hoping you're doing? All right, so this card just makes me giddy because it's just so happy. It's so spring, happy, wonderful. I love it. And yes, I'm pretty much always this spastic. It's, I think, an endearing quality. Or at least I hope it is. Oh my gosh. Emily's totally here. Hey, Emily, shout out. Say hi. Could you hear that? She's actually sorting club orders right now because God bless her, she takes good care of me. She'll come in and say hi. She's totally here. Are you kidding me? I'd be a basket case if she wasn't. All right, so I'm going to start by taking, now this, I die cut, this is a Lots of Labels framelit. I die cut it with some watercolor paper because I'm going to do this pretty little watercolor wash in the background. So all that I'm going to do is just kind of pick up some color from my ink pad with my aqua painter and just scribble it on. And I kind of also like to have little darker and lighter areas. So here's a tip. I'm grabbing my re-inker and I'm just going to put 1 drop. Now be careful, do not put more than 1 drop in here. And I will tell you why. If you do, and you don't use it all, what can happen is that drop will come out of your ink pads and then it will be, let's just say, an issue for you. And nobody wants that. I've done this before where I got a little crazy. I squeezed a bunch in my thing. And then, let's just say that it got all over the place and I had ink everywhere and it was not pretty. And it wasn't like Pink Pirouette or a nice subtle color. It was, Blackberry Bliss. That is a discontinued in color. If you guys recall, that was pretty much the richest, darkest, most intense color I think we've ever had for stamping. Okay, now I blabbered on so long. My paper is kind of dry, but that's okay. I just want to add a little extra color so that it's not all even and nice. It's a little, there's lighter and darker areas, okay? But you'll see. Now, I am going to let that sit. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, watercoloring is so awesome. Can I just show you something I did? I was just messing around while I was waiting for this to dry. I watch these like bona fide watercolor artists on Instagram, and so I just took the inks that I had sitting out on my desk at the moment, and I made this. Like, aren't I fancy? Let me show you how I did it, because it's really easy. I've been watching them do it, like these little video clips on Instagram, and I'm like, well, I can totally do that. So let me show you. So all I did was start with some circles, and I kind of went back and forth, and they weren't real even. And by circles, I guess I mean semicircles. And then I added darker and lighter bits of color. Okay, do you see that? That's all that this is. And then I kept doing that, but adding more colors to it. So like here I added, I think this is Dapper Denim. The base was actually Soft Sky. This one's Pool Party, but real similar. And then I just colored some leaves. Hello, like anybody can do that. I mean, I can swirl a brush as good as anyone. So I just thought those were really pretty. This is just a little notebook I have. It's a mixed media pad that I got at an art shop, but it's not real nice watercolor paper. It's not, I don't know. It's good for doodling, because I would have like an aneurysm if I was just messing around on regular watercolor paper. I mean, that stuff it's a little more expensive. Okay. No, they're not from Swirly Bird. They're from me, like Swirly Dina. Okay. So coming back to our card, let's show you the rest of it. So first of all, I am using a Crumb Cake card base. I love Crumb Cake. I probably go through more Crumb Cake cardstock than pretty much anything except for white and vanilla. It's so pretty. Crumb Cake is just, it goes with everything. It's like your little black dress or your black pants. You just can't go wrong. So anyway, Crumb Cake rocks. Now I wanted to add a little something in the background. So again, this is the Basket Bunch stamp set, in case you weren't sure. It has 29 images, and the framelits have like 23 or something. It cuts out almost everything in here. The only thing it doesn't cut out, which I kind of wish it did, was this little basket, but that's pretty small, so I probably can cut that out on my own. I'm just saying. But this set is so flippin' cute, and I can't wait to show you some other stuff that we're going to do with this. But it's really easy, and to be honest, I mean, Easter is great. I love Easter. I mean, as a Christian, I like Easter because I think that this is like the big holiday. But I don't know. I don't, Easter cards aren't like Christmas cards though, are they? So anyway, I like this. So here we go. I'm just grabbing, ow. Okay, that was the second to largest clear block, and it did bounce onto my toe. Not gonna lie, that hurt. But I'm also kind of proud of myself that I didn't scream something inappropriate. So good job, Dina. Oh, Lordy. It is so Monday. Like, who decided I should do Facebook Lives on Monday each week? It was Emily, I'm not going to lie. She totally made me do it.
No.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know what I was thinking either. My gosh. Okay. Back to my card for just a minute. I'm going to stamp. So when I was making the card, I put everything on here, and I was like, oh, that's kind of blah. I need something. So I went ahead and stamped some of the little flowers. These are daffodils, if I'm not mistaken. As I always say, don't let my degree in biology fool you. I know nothing about plants. I did not like botany. It was my least favorite class. And since my husband can't possibly be listening anymore, although he does know this, I did date the TA for a while. Anyway, I made the background. It's like stamping confessions. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. It's no big deal. He knows that. Anyway, so it is just cute to put that little stamped image along the background in the same ink as the cardstock. So that's what I did there. I don't think I have ever been quite so like ADD on my Facebook Live. Wow. That is crazy. I'm going to take some white baker's twine, I love White Baker's twine because it is kind of like crumb cake cardstock. You can add it to just about everything. Same with linen thread. It just kind of goes with everything, which is really nice. So it's a great staple to have in your arsenal of stamping supplies. It also is really inexpensive, which also makes it wonderful. And sometimes ribbons can be kind of spendy, and although they're beautiful, if they're really spendy or we don't have the right color, it gets hard to create with them, especially if you're doing something in bulk. I mean, if it's just like a one-off card and no big deal, but if it's something you're stamping a whole bunch of, gosh, I can't even cut today. Lordy. Okay, there we go. So I've got that on my background and I just tied that. Of course, I'll cover that up with my framelit so it's not going to show, don't worry. All right, now let me show you. It's just about dry. Let me show you how I did the stamping. Ooh, I don't know if I have my flower. So I'm going to use our foam adhesive strips. These are amazing because they are so versatile. So that you get these strips. I of course use them, or they were intended for shaker cards, but I've been using them a lot for other stuff as well. So I've got this basket, and you can see there's a plain basket. You can use just completely plain like this, or you can stamp on it. And then there's also the detail basket piece, which you can place right on top. Now, I love things that are popped up and dimensional, as I always tell you. So I can go ahead and take, what happened to my scissors? These are my ribbon scissors. I cannot use these for regular stuff, especially anything with adhesive on them. So I just cut that into a couple strips, and then I can place one at the bottom and the other one on top, and it's nice and skinny so it fits on there. You can't see through, which I love. And then it's good and sticky like all things dimensional should be. So I'll just pop these off the backings and then place it right over the top onto my basket. So cute, because now it's a dimensional basket. Everybody loves those. Okay, so then I also stamped and die cut the two long leaves and the stem, which of course are perfect for such a flower as a daffodil. Gosh, somebody, and I think they might even be on here. Well, Sue, you were posting pictures of your spring garden all pretty with flowers. Oh my gosh, that was nice. It's still kind of butt ugly here. It's rained a lot. Our grass is starting to turn green, but there are definitely no flowers blooming in my neighborhood. All right, so I just adhered this to my label, and then I'm going to tuck these in. And one tip is if you put adhesive too far up and you want a little shorter leaf, just rip that bottom edge off. I mean, you could cut it with actual scissors if you wanted, and I mean, mine were just sitting right there, but I'm so lazy I didn't even want to pick them up. So I'm just going to tuck that leaf in there, and of course you see I curled it a little. You have your washing hanging outside to dry, Sue? Ugh, that's just bragging. Isn't it supposed to be raining in London? Okay, I'll trim that a little more. I can't believe you are drying clothing outside. That is just wrong. I only say that because I'm ridiculously jealous, of course. Okay, so then last but not least, I have my stem, which I am also going to just put a little adhesive in here and tuck. We're definitely going to need to chop off some of that stem. But there we go. Okay, so there is the basis of our pot. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals because, again, you just can't go wrong. I mean, come on. So fun to have dimensionals. You guys and your bright sunshine. So lucky. It's been kind of dreary. It rained a lot here over the weekend. Okay, now if I am fortunate, I will have one of these flowers stamped and die cut. Oh, and I'm not, darn it. Okay, so actually, as long as I'm yapping away, I have a tip for you. And it will probably make you laugh at least a little because it's me and that's how I operate. But I have this pile and I'm just going to shove the whole pile onto my stamp set here. So I die cut all these pieces. There's a random one here and there, but I stamped and die cut all these pieces so that I could go ahead and make cards with them easier. And I just did a bunch of spring colors and things I thought I would need. So here are all those parts and pieces. And then I just can take from my pile and make them. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes your brain just like, you have all these ideas, and then if you have to stop and slow down and die cut them, you're just like, that's no fair. So I like to do several ahead of time, and then I can just kind of pull from my pile, and that makes it a little easier. So I actually have this, except I absolutely don't like that. Not even one little bit. So we're going to stamp and die cut one out quick. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to need to clean my stamp off because it's dirty right now. So let's get that done. Okay. Good and clean. So this is also a fabulous way to use up scraps on these little pieces. Now, if okay, so I was looking for a little piece. I didn't search in my drawer enough. And actually, do you want me to show you how I store my pieces of scraps? It will require you looking at the mess that is my stamp room just a little bit, but I will show you. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to pull you off of my thing here. Okay, so we're going to walk over to Dina's drawers. This is my IKEA Alex drawer. You can see that is what it looks like. And in each drawer, I have the brights and the subtles. And then I have random stuff here, you know, like the TV remotes, because, I mean, let's be honest, that's important. Then I have the Regals and the Neutrals, and then Breyers in here. And then here I have white and ivory, and then I have the current in colors and last the in colors. So these are the new ones, these are the old ones, these ones will be discontinued. But you can see that's how these are organized. And each of those little baskets that I got are actually from the dollar. Sorry, you're jiggling here. There we go. They are all from the dollar spot at Target. When school is coming around, that is a great time to get them. And it keeps the paper under control a little bit better. Now I'm going to die cut my little flower here. So just give me 1 second. Sorry, I didn't have this ready. Okay, so that was my scrap drawer. I think scraps are a huge issue for keeping a handle of. Now, you guys probably don't have quite as many scraps as I do. I do cut a pretty obscene amount of cardstock, even in a given week. But certainly over the year, I go through a ton of cardstock. And so that is where a lot of that comes from. But keeping it under control is the key to actually using it. And so I think it's important to have a system to organize it. Some people put their cardstock like in a plastic envelope type thing, or, you know, in conjunction with other things like that. And that's a great idea. I have so much. I would fill it up in a day. So anyway, now I feel like a Wink of Stella would really just make this, as Wink of Stella makes so many projects. So I'm just going to put that on here. So pretty. So a little clear Wink of Stella makes it even more shimmery and awesome. So last but not least, I'm going to stamp my Happy Spring. Now this is Happy Spring that are 2 stamps from the Crazy About You stamp set. And I almost did Easter, but then I thought, well, this is that's even better because happy spring, and I just want happy spring. So that's why I decided on happy spring. Now don't worry, because we're going to use a Christmas set here in a minute, so it'll be all good. So I have just a little scrap of paper. This is left over from trimming cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp my happy spring in crumb cake. Hey, Tammy. There we go. That wasn't very good, so we'll try it again. Oh! Okay, here, I'm going to stick my butt out, and then it's going to work. See? Told you. When your butt is out, it works. Okay, so now I need my punch again, and I'm just going to punch those little teeny pieces off the ends here, especially because I'm so close to the end. And just pull this through. Okay, and then because I've already popped up a couple of layers, I'm not going to pop this one up. Just because I want the post office to mail this without throwing a fit. Sometimes they are not the easiest to work with, but I'll just place that on there. Isn't that just so dang cute? Oh my gosh. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I hope you do too. Love the sparkle. Awesome. Okay, there is that project. So now we've done 2. Now our next project is just going to make you like, okay, well, I'll show you where the next project came from. I gotta find the card quick. So I made this card from the same bundle, and I think these, now I have to tell you, I think you are either a lover or a hater of Peeps. There is really not much in between. And for those of you who are on here that are international, if you don't know what a Peep is, it is a marshmallow bunny formed blob that has sugar all over it. And I believe the only good thing you can do with a Peep is throw it away. That's just my personal opinion. However, they are kind of cute and stupid, but cute. So I made this little card and I thought it was cute. I used the Labeler alphabet to one of my favorite Peeps. But I thought these tiny, teeny, eeny, weeny little Peeps are kind of cute. And I saw someone make a larger Peep, and I'll show you what she used. But I didn't quite like the whole look of it, so I wanted to change it up and make it look a little cuter. I don't mean to, I mean, I'm not bashing her card. I just thought we could make that Peep even cuter. So, are you guys ready for this? Because I think you might die when you see how it all comes together. You are going to need some Christmas stuff. I used the Cookie Cutter Christmas stamp set. That's right. And my coordinating Cookie Cutter Christmas punch, or whatever this thing is called. Now, if you don't have these, it's okay. You can totally still get them. They are on the carryover list from the holiday catalog, so you are good to go. And here's what we're going to do. Besides that punch, the builder punch, you also need a 1 1/4, and this, if you've been a stamping for a long time, this is probably one of the first circle punches you ever got. And then you also need a 1-inch punch. Okay, so now here we go. Are you guys ready for this? Like, can you even handle it? You haven't even seen it, but you're gonna die because it's so cute. Okay, so I need 1 Peep punched out. All right, and of course we will be turning him up so the Peep ears stick up. Peeps don't have hands, so we're just going to go right ahead and cut those off because nobody needs a Peep hand. All right, now you have a ridiculous looking Peep at this point, so let's make it look a little more like a Peep. Okay, so I'm going to cut a 1 1/4 inch circle. And you can probably play a little bit with these dimensions, but these, I did try a few different circles and these are the ones that looked good. And then here I have a 1-inch circle, okay? So we will adhere the bigger circle to the bottom because everybody wants, well, Peep should be biggest on bottom. And then we're gonna take and adhere the other circle right here, closer to the top. Oh my gosh, it's a Peep. Okay, so can you even stand that? Now let's really make him peepy. That sounds bad. Peepish. Peepalicious. Peeptastic. I don't know why I'm trying. So I'm going to take the little bear face and I'm going to place a post-it note over his nose and whatnot, because peeps, they do actually have noses. In fact, I even Googled it to verify that. But we don't want like a bear nose. We want a peep nose. So what I'm going to do is take and stamp that. Now you see I had the post-it over here. This is the important part. You remove the post-it and then you stamp it down. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is clean this off with my stamp cleaner. Make sure I'm not accidentally stamping any peep eyes. And then I'm just going to ink up one eye, making sure there's nothing else on there, and there's not. And then I'll stamp one eye right there for his nose. Oh my gosh, it's an adorable peep. So let's put him in a card of some kind. Oh, shoot. Actually, I did have a card planned for this and I did the wrong color of cardstock because I changed my mind. Oh, well. I was going to use my least favorite printed paper, but that's okay. We're going to switch it up and we'll do something else. Now, I thought about putting him in a basket, but he's kind of big for a basket. And let me just show you. Well, here we go. So here's a basket that I stamped on. Do you think that's too big? We could do that, couldn't we? Why not? Oh my gosh. The cuteness. It's obscene. Now, what color a card do we do? That is the question. That's like a really difficult one too. How about we're going to do very vanilla. I'll show you where I'm going with this. I think you'll like it. So here's our peep card. Oh my, like, can you guys even handle this? Hickam, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. You're asking, how did I learn to make things like this? I have been doing this for over 18 years, and I have learned a lot along the way from magazines and books. Of course, when I first started, the internet barely even existed. So I have learned so much along the way. I have taken classes over the years. I've gone to lots of training. I've just picked it up, but a really great way is to watch YouTube videos. I have a fantastic YouTube channel, by the way, in case you haven't been there. You should definitely check it out. All right, now one of the other things we can add to this, should we want to, is a little bit of grass. So I have, this is actually just a partial piece of grass, and I am going to trim the ends down so that it will fit in here like this and then not stick out the sides. So we'll put a little Easter peep grass in. And this, by the way, is my last Easter card, but it's so dang cute. So then I'll, of course, make my grass a little dimensional. And we should probably pop this up onto our card a little. By the way, was I saying your name right? Hickam? Are you from another country, I'm wondering? Because you have kind of an interesting name. I just want to say it right. I have a different name people always get wrong, so I'm kind of sensitive to that. Ooh, I just thought of something to do, though. Hold that thought for just a moment. We're going to do a little sponging. Okay. So I have my pool party, and I know... Hey, Emily? Are there 2 pool party sponges sitting on my table where the girls were doing class last week? Could you grab one for me? I love that I have an assistant that helps me. She's so good. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so this was out in my classroom area. So I'm just going to sponge some color on here. This one is Pool Party. to create kind of a background. I've been doing this a little bit lately, and I love the look of it. And then I'm actually going to do some in pear, if I can find my pear sponge. I have my sponges in a little bowl, the ones that I use like the most. And I do use pear a little bit, quite a bit. I don't know why it's not in here though. And I like to name them, not like Sally, but like pear. Ooh, here we go. So that they're easy to find. And then I do get a little inky when I look for them, but it's okay. All right. My pear ink pad is right here. I promise this will be worth it. So then I'm going to do a smaller circle of pear down here. And then here is the exact reason why I normally stamp off the first round of ink on my scrap paper, because you can see I get those little blotchy marks. And then they won't come onto my card. Luckily, we're going to cover most of this up, so it's not going to be the worst, but okay. Now I've got a little sky, a little ground. We're ready to go. Okay. I'm just going back to read what Alex wrote. When I found you, you binged watch your YouTube videos. That's awesome. I love the people binge watch me. I mean, I think you've really made it if you're getting binge watched, right? I mean, that's kind of nice. Okay, so I'll just put that on here and then we'll tuck our peep inside. Okay. I think we're just gonna, I think we should, I'm gonna pop up part of the peep. That's a tongue twister for you, is it not? Thank you, Alexandra. You just made my day by telling me that you binged watched me. I kind of love that. Okay, so partially popped up. So there is our card. And then, oh, I forgot that I had olive baker's twine, which will totally work here. And so I just found it in a drawer the other day. Have you done that before, people? I can't believe I did not realize that I had this. I've often wondered about it. In fact, this Christmas, I remember looking for it, and maybe that's part of my problem. I was like, oh, I guess I don't have any of that. Okay. And then I just kept forgetting to order it, which actually, in retrospect, I'm glad, because here we go. We're going to add it to this card. And it's just so stinking cute, right? Now, I think we could do several things here. We could certainly do to one of my favorite peeps, or what are some other sayings do you guys have for what I could put on this card? By the way, do you like how I'm doing this? This is like Christmas curling wrapping. Oops. Okay. So that curls my ribbon a little bit, so it's cute. It also takes the kinks from the package away when you just curl that. You can do it with your fingernail, your thumbnail or whatever. Some people don't have those nails. Like my kids play viola, so their fingernails are really short. Or if it's a bad week where you broke half your nails, you know, whichever. You're sweet. That's a good idea, Julie. I like that. Ooh, I hope you're in your office watching. Sweet peeps. Ooh, that could be cute. I kind of want to say peeps in it because I mean it's a peep. Now, if you wanted this to be more of just a bunny, let me show you. Let me see if I can find this quick in my drawer. I have this drawer with kind of random stuff in it. I got these pom-poms a while back. And so this is kind of a big pom-pom for this, but maybe if we cut it down a bit, like I'm cutting about half of it off. We'll see if that'll make it smaller. Oh my gosh, the cuteness overload. It's too much. What do you guys think of that? I think I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna put it in with a glue dot. I peep you. That's awesome, Kayleen. By the way, Kayleen, I did get your message, and I will do that box at some point for you. That's pretty cute, isn't it? I think that is an abnormally large butt. Just saying. No judgment, peep. Oh. Okay, so there you go. That's my card. I kind of want it to just say beep. Maybe that would be cute. So I have, let's see. Here's another thing. When I get going, I have all these stamps on blocks. I have a lot of blocks. I don't want to show you my block collection because I don't want you to have block envy. But I do have a lot of blocks. Now, the reason I have so many is because of the classes that I do. But I have a bunch of letters on here. I have like 2 on a block. So we'll just write out beep. Because, I mean, come on, that's cute, right? Peeping in to say hi. Peep-a-boo. Gosh, you guys are good. I actually Googled it yesterday. All I came up with was "you're one of my peeps," and then some rather inappropriate things also happened to pop up, which I think was interesting. But we're going to stamp this on black. Except my black is already out. He's a Stampin' Bunny sticking his butt out. He totally is a Stampin' Bunny sticking his butt out. Oh my gosh, Sue, you are totally right. I love that. Okay. So P, got to really concentrate on this challenging word to spell. Spelling while you're broadcasting is not as easy as you think. Beep. And I think I have an exclamation point here somewhere. Yep. Wait, is that an exclamation point? Sure is. Beep. Key. Oh, and I just got black ink all over myself. Figures. Oh my gosh. So anyway, isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh, of course I could use the pom-pom trim. Duh. Thank you, Liz. That is like brilliant. But see, that butt, it would be too small. It's really tricky to find the right size butt for your bunny. But anyway, so there's my card. Oh my gosh, I hope you like it. I hope it makes you laugh. Now I have one, let's see. I think I have, what have we done so far? I've got a couple ideas. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's already 11. Dang it. I have a couple more ideas that I want to run by you. One I was going to stamp and emboss, but I'm not going to do that. So instead, I wanted to watercolor a card. We can do that later. It doesn't matter. The other thing I wanted to do was actually make a couple cards out of printed paper. One of the most popular videos I ever did actually was about a year ago, and it was how to use up your DSP, Designer Series paper. Oh my gosh, I know. It's one of those things where I know you guys have lots of Designer Series paper, and I also know that you hoard it like little hoarders and you don't want to use it. I understand because it's pretty, but I encourage you to use it. So in that spirit, I've taken my favorite paper pack right now, which also happens to be on the extra celebration stuff that was added. I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And what I have done is I have cut a few pieces, and I cut like the ones I really like. I pulled out a piece and then all this came with it. I cut some of my favorites of this printed paper pack. So this sheet right here, this is probably my favorite one in the whole pack, followed up closely by maybe that one or this one. I love this printed paper. Oh my gosh. These are so stinking cute. So what I wanted to do was come up or encourage you, show you, or cut into your paper so that you don't have it just hoarded. You just will use it, right? Okay. That is my goal. Okay. So I cut these two pieces. Well, here, I'll move all this out of the way. I get so excited sometimes, and then that's how my messes really generally are created, is when I get excited, and then there's no time to put things away. You just got to keep stamping. Okay, so and actually, someone just said between the lines. I have one of those too. I'm glad you brought that up. Ugh, but now I don't know what I did with that piece. I cut a piece of in between the lines because I wanted to give you some suggestions for that. Well, I've got it right here, so I might cut up another piece. Oh no, this is the one. So in between the lines, there's all this paper in here, right? I have found personally that this piece is absolutely my favorite because those flowers are just so pretty. And of course you could cut out a single flower and stick it on a card, you know, like it was stamped or whatever. And then I also found that this piece was really easy to use just because, again, it's really fun and cute and whatever. But I found I was struggling with this piece a bit. So let's talk about that for a second, and then we'll get to my favorite papers. Okay, so this piece is really pretty, but it's a little tricky to manage, right? It's kind of one of those like, well, what do you do with it? The other thing I found is like I'm trying to figure out what direction it goes in. So there's a stem coming up, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be the bottom. Now, I like coloring with these pencils. In fact, I saw a commercial for colored pencils on TV this weekend. Like, that was kind of crazy. That's not usually what is advertised on television with commercials. I mean, can you imagine if I could like afford commercial advertising? That probably would be dangerous for the common good of America. But, so I wanted to share with you these. So these are like lily type flowers, right? And I'm going to go with the fact that they are orange and hot pink because that is the color I'm going to make them. So I'm going to take my watercolor pencils, and it seems to me that there's like little dots. So I'm just going to color. And what I found with this printed paper is that if you just color part of it and not like the whole thing, you can kind of just highlight one area of it, and then you can leave the rest blank, and it's okay. Like, there is not coloring police coming to your door saying, you know, you really didn't color that paper enough. You should kind of get on that. It's okay. So I'm just going to color these little bit by bit, and I'm just going to do this one bloom, okay? Because I'm going to spend my time making this one bloom like absolutely gorgeous, and then all the other blooms are jealous of it, obviously. So I'm just putting the dots. Like, this does sort of look like a starfish to me, but I know it's like a lily. Or if it's not a lily, it could be a little fancy name for a lily. Again, remember what I said about botany? Not my strong suit. I was more into like microbiology. I could tell you what yeast looks like under the microscope, but I can't tell you about flowers. Okay, so isn't that, by the way, I think that's pretty just to start with. And then I'm going to color the center. And what I was going to, I don't know if I have expressly said this, but that paper can be a little daunting if you're trying to color in the whole thing, because it really is, I mean, there's a lot happening on these pages, even if you aren't, like, this is one of the more simple designs because there's kind of a lot of white space in this one. Okay, so I colored the stamen right here real dark, and then I'm going to color each petal real light so that my pretty little dots show through. And then, like I said, that's all that I'm going to color on here. It makes for a much quicker card, but I think it also really highlights how pretty this one bloom is. And then you're like, oh, that is pretty. And then you also can finish coloring this before the end of time. Did I mention my ADD? Because that's part of why I'm doing this. Hey, Maria. How are you? I miss you, my friend. I haven't seen you for forever. I hope I'll see you in November. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now, I was going to color these with my blender pen or with my aqua painters, but I think I'm not going to. I'll just leave them colored with pencils as is. So this is really pretty. I love it. Okay, that's all I'm going to color on here. Now, I am going to, however, having said that, I am going to, I'm going to trim this just a little. Hold on. Okay, I trimmed this down just a little bit so it would fit on this piece of black cardstock that I just happen to have right here. And I'll place it on here. I am Kayleen. I hope that Maria is. Yay. Are you gonna, well, you're gonna be there, Kayleen. When do you move, by the way? Don't you love that we're having these private conversations? So Maria and Kayleen are, they are what you would call sidelines of mine. We have the same upline in Stampin' Up. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So are you moving soon, Kayleen? June. Yay. That's coming right up. So, demonstrators are gathering around the country at different locations for On Stage in April. And then there's going to be a big one where there's only one in November. And that's going to be in Salt Lake City, which we're excited about. Okay, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is stamp in this space right here. And depending on what sentiment I use, I will either stamp it. I think I will stamp it on a little something something. So I have my Cottage Greetings. I keep coming back to this. It's such a good stamp set. So I will stamp that right there on a scrap, which I hope I have a piece. Is this big enough? No. Figures. I might change my sentiment then. I come back to this stamp set a lot just because it is a great stamp set and I love the font on it. But I think what I'm going to do instead, because I need something that will fit my strip here, is this set. One Big Meaning. I really like this one too. And I always need thank you cards. So I actually cut this apart. It says thank you from all of us. That's this image. But I don't always have a from all of us. It's often thank you from me. Oh, Tammy, I'm so Winkastelling that. Don't you worry. But I cut this apart carefully. You can see there's a little loop I needed to include. But if I wanted to use this together, I absolutely can because it'll stick together on my block. Or I can use it separately. So I'll put it on here like that and it's together. Or now it's just a thank you from me. So I'm going to stamp this again in black. I'm using my Memento a little bit more today just because these are images that I don't need to watercolor or anything, so it's okay if they're not in my black archival ink. And I've been finding that I get black ink on myself and I've been ruining a lot of things lately. Just saying. So I've been trying to not do that as much because it makes me mad. You know, when you make your sample and it gets ruined. Okay, so I cut my little flag end. And Liz is going to On Stage in Amsterdam. Yeah, I hadn't even gotten to that part yet. So each 6 months we change where the On Stage is, the live one, where like the Stampin' Up! Corporate people go to. So it's in Amsterdam. Last time it was in Sydney or Melbourne, Australia. So each month or each 6 months it switches locations around the world where Stampin' Up! Is located. Ooh, I have to put that down a little further. I don't want to cover up any of my gorgeous coloring. I mean, hello, that's the feature of this card. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think it is a great way to use this paper, but not spending a year on the coloring. I mean, I love to color, don't get me wrong, but some of these cards require a certain amount of dedication that I just don't have time for. So there is my card. And of course, as suggested, we will absolutely be Winkostella-ing these dragonfly wings. And I probably will even Wink of Stella the flower, because why wouldn't you? I mean, hello, you've got it out. It would be crazy not to use it. I have to be a little careful doing this because the Wink of Stella is going to blend, and I don't want to lose my dots because these were, after all, watercolor pencils that I used. Okay. So anyway, after this card, we're going to do one more quick one because I've already gone way too long. I have other work to do. I have to send you guys gifts and thank you cards and whatnot. Not to mention I have a class here tomorrow that I have to get ready for. So, okay. Oh. Is this paper still available? Yes, and you can get it free. That's the best part. And since you asked, Rosemary, I'll just do my shameless plug for ordering. So pretty please, will you order through me? And if you use this Coast code WFPGU6RZ, you will receive a fabulous free gift from me in the mail. So please do that. I would very much appreciate it. And of course, when you spend $50, Celebration is going on. So you'll also get a free gift from Stampin' Up! That you get to choose. This printed paper is one of them. And the printed paper I'm about to do is another one. There are several though. There's like a whole bunch. Anyway, you can see all of that stuff on my blog, by the way, which is thecreativitykave.com. So check it out. I will post a link in the comments of this video that you're watching right now so you can see it again. But there's my card. Do you guys like it? Real simple. I mean, simple but pretty. We've got sparkle here, everybody's happy, and it's pretty. Okay. No, it is not. It's a U, not a 4. All those with a U, not a 4, then 6RZ. Okay, so anyway, next I have cut these pieces of paper, and I wanted to show you some really quick and simple ways of using them. So first of all, I think you have probably, actually, this was the piece I was going to do my peep out of, and I was going to do my peep out of Sweet Sugar Plum and stick it on this printed paper, but then I got going with the pink peep because, I mean, pink peeps are pink peeps. Hello, it's good. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit and do some different things. But what I wanted to show you again is really simple things that you can do with this printed paper and still use it. Because I know you guys, because you're just like me, you have it and you're hoarding it. Don't hoard. Okay. So the first thing that I was thinking of stamping on here, since I already did my peep, was get out your sentiments. Sometimes one of the best things you can use on a card is just a sentiment. Okay. So I love this set because it has these big graphic sentiments on it here, and it's really easy to use. And if you just take that and add a little bit of ribbon, you're good to go. Okay, so let me get a block. And I'll pick that up. And people always ask me about this. I do not put the stickers that come with my stamps onto the blocks, and the reason is because they don't stick to the blocks very well. I don't know if that is a universal problem or just a problem in my stamp room in Iowa, but it really does not work well. So what I prefer to do is just leave the sticker off, and then if I'm not sure of how it is going to stamp, I just do it on my scrap paper, and then I'm good. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this right here. I'm always here for you. A lovely sentiment to send to somebody. And one of the colors in this particular piece of DSP is Tip Top Taupe. So I'm going to mount this on Tip Top Taupe, but I'm also going to put a layer of Sweet Sugar Plum on here. Now I cut this to be 3 3/4 by 5, so I'm going to cut a layer to fit on here. This would be the stamp riffing portion of the program. Okay, so I cut my layer at 4 by 5 1/4. These are the projects that I don't completely have planned. All right, I lied though. This piece is actually 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I've mounted it onto the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock. And then I'm going to add some Sweet Sugar Plum ribbon. By the way, thank you, Kayleen. I just saw your message. We'll just see what we can do about that. Okay, so I just tied a little ribbon on here. Really, really simple. Okay, but as always, I like jazzing things up a little bit. I mean, I love the simplicity, but you can easily add a couple things that are kind of fun additions. So let me show you what I'm going to do to this. There's a couple different things you could do. My first thought was to add some little flower punches, but I think instead of what I want to do is add some hearts. Maybe just one heart. No, that doesn't look right. I'm going to put a couple hearts around this. These are enamel dots. So that's really a simple, quick, easy way. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there's one. Our next one is also going to be fun. Okay, so this is my very favorite piece. So this is where I took out the piece of paper I liked the most and I challenged myself to do something with it. Okay, so that makes me happy that I'm doing that. On this one I'm going to use, I think I used this last week in a card, but it's a great set, so we'll do it again. I'm going to use Happy Birthday. You can see this set has been well loved. All the stamps are totally stained. I think that's the sign of a good stamp. That has been stained and well used. Okay, I need my big block for this. This is the one I dropped on my foot earlier, in case you heard that thud. And then I'm going to use basic gray on this paper because I think that'll be really pretty. Okay, now this is technically mint macaron, but I like to think that it's pool party because I don't like mint macaron that much. And don't you haters come out hating me because I just don't like that color. I'm sticking with it. It is not that pretty. Okay, so there's my happy birthday. And then what I'm going to do is mount this onto, sorry. Oh, I'm out of that color, dang it. I have a lot of cardstock bases cut. No, that's not going to look right. Hold on. Hold on. The problem with stamp ripping is you don't always have the paper you need ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a base of basic, or no, this is Smoky Slate cardstock. And then I'm going to add a layer of, I might just use, again, I think it's pool party, but yeah, I'm going to have to use mint. Dang it. Do you like mint macaron, Maria? Because that is wrong. I'm kidding. It's not wrong. If you like it, it's okay. I'm judging a little, I realize. Or a lot, depending on your opinion. Now, this is the card. We're going to add a few little pretties too. Okay, so it does kind of pain me a little to put adhesive on this fun pattern right here, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so I've adhered this. Now I'm going to use the other ribbon that's in, this is actually a combo pack, so one is white and one is the sweet sugar plum I just used. And then we'll tie a bow on for this. Same exact card, people. We just put a little different sentiment on here. And then I'm going to add some little flowers and some bling because everything is better with flowers and bling. That's my personal mantra in life. Okay, and we'll just trim that a little bit. Now the post office does not like this ribbon, I will just tell you that. So this could be one of those cards that you either hand deliver or you spend a little extra on the postage for. Okay, but we had to pop it up because it's so pretty. Okay, there we go. But we're not done yet. But wait, there's more. So I think what I'm going to do is use two awesome punches. This is the tree builder that I know I never use for trees, and the petite petal punch, but we're going to make pretty little punches out of it. So I'm grabbing a scrap of my mint macaron. See, in fact, you can see the punches I used out of this were to practice my peep on, because I practiced my peep on a color I don't like that much. Okay, oops, not this one though. I'm going to punch, pardon me, 3 of these because odd numbers are visually appealing and found in nature. So that's why I picked that. Okay, and then we're going to punch 3 of these little flowers. And these work best to punch them in the little corners of your cardstock because you don't have to use the effort of punching through your cardstock of all that other cardstock, because anything more that you punch out, first of all, you get all the confetti, but it's easier on your hands to punch just that teeny little corner out. That's a nice little tip I like to share. Now I'm also going to grab my piercing mat, and let me show you what I'm going to do to create this. I'm going to stick these on here because I love creating dimension. If you've watched me for any length of time, you've seen me do that over and over again. And you can use either, I don't see my, oh, here it is. I was going to say I don't see my poker. The end, so this is my stylus. The end, or no, it's not a stylus. It's a poker, whatever you call these. But what I like to do is push the end, the not poking end, into these, and then it kind of cups them and creates little dimension, which I think is really cute. And then I can also do that with my flowers, put them right in the middle, and then that gives them dimension. Isn't that awesome? I mean, it's going to flatten out a bit when you stick it on your card and everything, but it adds that little something something. This is what makes your cards awesome and not just okay. Okay, so I'll put each of these on here, and then I'll stick them on here. This is one I probably should have thought out a little more, because that looks dumb. You know what? We might only use one of these. Huh, kidding. This is one where you should... You didn't see that. Okay, I changed my mind. Do you like how I did that? Oh my gosh, I use this all the time, you guys. I don't know what you're thinking about. You should just get it. Okay, I think we're going to go with one. Because the printed paper in the background is fairly busy, we're going to go with just one of these flowers, but I'm going to put a pearl in the center. There we go. That's pretty dang cute and easy, don't you think? Did Lynette think she needed this punch too? You should so get it. Oh, you finally got that just for the flower. I know. Well, it kills me too, but I do, you can do an awful lot with this punch, but that's a topic for another day because I'm already way over time. But I have to do one more card though, right? Having said that, though, I'm going to stick these on here because I can use these later because they have glue dots on them. Okay, you wonder how my office gets so messy, don't you? Actually, I think you can all figure it out. All right, now last but not least, we have this. And you know what? I think I am going to end, but what I'm going to say is you should check out my blog post and I will have made something awesome with this. And the reason I'm stopping is because I want to use my letters and I don't know where they are right now. I think they're in my classroom somewhere. But those oh no, they're right here. But still, I'm going to stop. But I will encourage you to go to my blog because I will complete a project with this using these letters. I love the framelits, but they're so awesome. And then I'll make something super cute. And then I'll just show you. Here's my practice peep in mint macaron. Anyway, so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's Facebook post. It will post right here to my Facebook business page in just a minute. So if you caught just the end of it or just the beginning, you can check out the rest. And then I will also post it to my blog. Don't forget, this is the last week of celebration, and I would so appreciate your orders. They help support me jammering on here for an hour and 35 minutes. I really do appreciate your business, and of course I have fabulous rewards for you, including an entire VIP program. So thank you guys. Thanks for all the hearts. I really appreciate it. And stop by my blog because I have an awesome card there today too. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week, and we will see you again next week at 10 a.m. Central Time. Bye.